Straight Out of Trenton.
Welcome.
We're gonna recap 6 hours of The Bachelor in the next 2 minutes, okay? So strap in. Charlene bailed. So her parting, conversation with Juan Pablo, she kept on being like, I'm not that into you.
Gordo.
No touch.
In that same episode, Chelsea got the boot.
I feel like she showed a bunch of her family stuff to Juan Pablo, and she's like, they really want to meet you. They've been writing you letters, and he was like, no thanks.
Well, next episode is hometown dates.
Right. First, okay, so he meets Renee's family, which is just her son.
Didn't they meet Renee's mom too?
I don't remember her mom, but I remember a seagull dropped a fish on her head.
Oh.
And he meets Nikki's family, and Nikki's like, I really like him, and her sister's like, I don't think you like him, and she's like, maybe I don't like him.
Hi, you have no, none of your own free will.
Right.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
And then he meets Andy's family, and the dad is like, I can't give you my blessing because you're not saying that she's the only one.
Right.
I mean, going on The Bachelor, obviously I assumed that she would be the only one. You dumbass.
He makes a good point. All right, and so then he goes to meet Claire's family, and Claire's sister decides she's like we're not ready to give you our blessing, and Claire's like, can you let mom speak? And she's like, no. So Renee gets booted. He's like, I need somebody who can give Camila good makeup tips, not gross. The last 2 hours of The Bachelor, that was the fantasy suite.
Suite magic.
So he goes into the fantasy suite with Claire.
She has a good old time.
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's fully accepting of his rapiness.
But then he goes on a date with Andy, and in the fantasy suite, apparently, he talks about how he spent the night with Claire, and she's like, don't say that
twice.
again. Yeah.
Twice.
And then he says, she barely made it to this episode.
Yeah. And he's like, no, what I meant is you barely made it.
How do I say I almost didn't pick you? Is that what it?
How I say you were second to last choice on my list.
But yeah, so Andy storms off because she's like, you're a piece of shit, and she's right.
Stop picking food out of my hair and eyebrows and tell me you love me.
So then he goes to the fantasy suite with Nikki, and everything's perfect.
Yes.
Nikki wears a cowboy bra, and then he's like, let's
That
do
is
that. Andy's like, I'm leaving, and then
my Pablo's like, I can't.
At the rose ceremony, Claire's like, you know what? Nikki and I are such different people, and they're the same person.
They're the exact.
No, he could just flip a coin. It's the same.
Whore fake and fake whore. Yep, they're the same.
Yeah, totally. All right, so that's it.